Thank you for clicking that button and joining the first episode of Hey OG, Nice Kicks. This is the YouTube channel that focuses on OGs, their kicks, and the story behind their kicks. So without further ado, let's start this intro so we can check out episode number 1.
The OG stands for old guy. Just an old guy talking that ish about my kicks. Raw and uncut. Keeping it 100 about these kicks I bought. The channel about the kicks and nothing but the kicks. Okay, let's do this.
Welcome to episode 1 of Hey OG, Nice Kicks. During this episode, we're going to talk about these Gucci Dapper Dan GG sneakers that I picked up. This is the most expensive shoe in my collection, and I got some issues with this shoe. And I'll talk to you about it as I go through this episode. I purchased these shoes down in Miami on vacation with my wife. Actually, my wife purchased these shoes for me as an anniversary gift. And as I was sitting in the store looking at these shoes, I'm like, these shoes are really, really ugly, but they're Gucci Dapper Dan. I checked out the price tag on these joints, and the thing is, with these shoes, I was like, okay, they're not the most attractive shoe, but it is a Gucci Dapper Dan. This was in 2018 when we were in Miami and I got these. And I was like, well, maybe since they cost so much, maybe the price will go up and maybe it's a good investment. Man, I was wrong. I got these joints. First of all, okay, as you can see, they're not the most attractive shoe. And it kind of falls in line with what Dapper Dan was doing back in the 90s, but hey, it's 2001. I'm an OG, so I like the 90s style. So I said, okay, I'm gonna get these joints. And then, when I tried them on, I was like, okay, they feel like boots. They're a little thick around the ankles. Comfortable, but thick around the ankles. And again, I was in Miami, so you couldn't wear them down there because your feet would sweat like an old, wet pig. I mean, this thing, they're just hot. Again, I wanted to support, the brother, Dapper Dan. He had his Gucci collection. At the time, Gucci was talking some little racially insensitive stuff, and I figured, okay, they put Dapper Dan on, maybe tried to kind of mitigate some of those issues they were having at the time. Plus, I'm an OG. I remember back in the day when Dapper Dan did clothes for LL Cool J and all of the hip-hop stars of my era. And again, I just want to clarify one thing before I continue to talk about this shoe. I continue to use the word OG. Now, usually most people think OG is associated with original gangster. I just want to make the case right now that I am not a gangster. OG, for me, means old guy. I'm over 50, I'm an old guy. So when I say, hey OG, I'm talking about me, the old guy. Not only me, the old guy, but all of the OGs, the old guys out there who like their sneakers, who like talking about their sneakers. So, I usually talk to people about sneakers all the time. A lot of times when I'm out at the mall or just out and I have my kicks on, the young kids come up to me all the time and they'll be like, hey OG, some nice kicks. I just look at them like, well, y'all think y'all the only one to know about style? Hey, we invented this, man. So, but again, there's a story behind all of my sneakers in my collection. So I figured I'd start this channel to, talk about it. So let's get back to these kicks. As you can see, they're not the most attractive kicks. They are comfortable, but they're very hot. They really don't look good with anything other than a pair of tapered sweatpants or some jeans that are kind of tapered at the bottom, because you really can't wear your jeans over it because around the ankles it's thick. It's like you have on some ankle weights or something with this shoe. And again, I paid, well, my wife, let's be correct, my wife paid over $1,500 for these shoes. And this is the most expensive shoe that I paid for in my collection. And now I feel like boo-boo the fool, because I'm like, okay, at first I thought they were going to it's a nice investment. They were going to increase in price, but they did the exact opposite. And at this time I was on my designer high-end sneaker kick because my wife got me a pair of Gucci sneakers, my first pair of Gucci sneakers, the Christmas before I purchased these. So I was like, okay, now I'm on my high-end designer sneaker kick, get off those Jordans. But eventually, you know, we all come back home, OGs. We come back home to our Jordans, our J's. The one thing about this OG is I wear my kicks. So I don't know if a lot of people, you know, just buy kicks just to say they have them or to collect. I actually buy my kicks to wear them, you know, to buy outfits to go with them. I like to look good when I go out. I know it's a pandemic, we haven't been out much, but I plan on going back out soon. Hopefully this will be over soon. So again, with this sneaker here, I mean, it's nice. I think I wore these twice so far. And okay, again, it's a comfortable shoe. Really hot, really heavy. There's some stompers. But again, it's a, you know, Gucci Dapper Dan original. And I figure if I take care of them and hold on to them, maybe in a couple of years, you know, they will increase in value. But I'm really disappointed with the market price for these shoes now. And as I check online, they're going for like $600-700. And again, my wife paid over $1,500 for these shoes. So this is what happens when you're out and you're in those high-end stores and you have a little money in your pocket. And this is what you call one of those high-end impulse buys. Don't do it. Okay, well, thank you for joining me for episode 1 of Hey OG, Nice Kicks. Hope you enjoyed the first episode. And we'll have many more to come. Okay, before you go, I figured I would show you, like the young cats do, how these shoes look on feet. Again, these are some stompers. And these are, you know, not the most comfortable shoes. And you know, I do have some Gucci accessories. I said Gucci. So I can't even talk on this podcast. That's why it's for the young cats. Okay, I do have some Gucci accessories, a hat and a hoodie to go with it. You know, if you hook them up right, you know, you can kind of sport them still. But again, these will probably be sitting in the closet. I'll wear them, you know, when I feel like it's Gucci time. And, you know, and see what they do. You know, they do what they do. They are what they are. This is a Dapper Dan. And again, if you're old school, you know who Dapper Dan is and the impact he had on the culture. So, again, these are Gucci Dapper Dan GGs on feet. Okay, stay tuned for the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you didn't enjoy this episode, that's your problem, because I really don't care, because I'm actually doing this for me, to archive my sneakers. So if you want to join me on my journey, look at future episodes. If not, thank you for joining this episode. Keep all your comments to yourself. Keep all your criticisms to yourself, because this is a positive space that I'm in. But again, I look forward to telling more stories about the sneakers in my collection from my archives. Peace.